All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Dio's Bizarre Holiday Singles. We got another matchup here in Tier 1 between fiaee and HAUNTE. So should be a pretty good matchup. And apparently HAUNTE is having trouble receiving Bancho invites from the ref, so I think HAUNTE is still not in the lobby somehow, so we're trying to fix that, but get that started as soon as possible. I'm Dio, I'm back with iFlame again. What's up, man?
It's good to be back. Got some breakfast. We're ready for hopefully another close match. There's already one match in this group. Easy Chalk did beat Boshiman 5-3, so this match will decide our two early leaders for this group, of course. Many more matches to be played afterwards in most of the groups. It is Saturday, I suppose. So we'll see how most of those shake out tomorrow. But we've seen some fun picks already. We've seen Nomad 4 be breakpointed 6 times in this match. We'll see if that, or not in this match, in this tournament. So,
and no successful picks on Nomad 4 so far.
No. So we'll see if anyone gets baited into that. Skipping warm-ups. Thank goodness.
And we'll see what the bans are, what they come out with for the bans. Honestly, I'm completely unsure of what the bans are going to be in this match, because both of these players, I think, are pretty good at similar stuff, both good at hidden, both good at the Nomad stuff. Both don't tend to pick DT so much. fiaee maybe a little better at the tapping maps, but that's about it. So there's not much to go off for the bans in this match, so we'll see what the players end up wanting to go with.
Yeah, especially when the pool has such a low star rating compared to what these players are used to playing. They have options. It's just going to come down to which maps they feel they can't FC reliably and have the highest chance of shipmissing, essentially. We are going to get second pick from fiaee. I imagine we're going to see second ban from HAUNTE. I mean, it would be pretty crazy in where you only have one ban each to opt into the first ban.
Oh, they have 2 bans.
But they do have 2 bans. Okay.
Yeah, it's ABBA ban order. They have 2 bans. Yeah.
Okay. And then
we'll see what they want to go for the bans here. I wouldn't be surprised, although I will be very disappointed to see somebody ban out horse race. You ban that out if you don't want to put in the effort to practice it, basically. So yeah, we'll see if they want to ban that out. Gonna be Hard Rock 1 as the first ban for fiaee. HAUNTE now with 2 bans in a row in ABBA ban order. If I had to guess, probably like Rog Limitation and either Sweet Rain or Identic Conflict. No horse race again, man. Oh my god.
it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, it's gonna be a popular ban at a challenging 0.14 stars.
Yeah. It's a very popular ban. It's also a very popular pick. That map might have a 100% pick ban rate by the end of group
I
stages.
would not be surprised. That's kind of how those polarizing, I guess you could put it, polarizing maps tend to be.
Yeah.
They have very high pick rates and very high ban rates because people don't like them when they are picked.
And gonna be a double Hard Rock ban for fiaee. So banning out the 2 true Hard Rock maps, just Hard Rock aim for HR1 on the awkward aim, and then a little wide angle aim control awkward aim on the Hard Rock 2 with precision. Hard Rock 3, of course, maybe a bit of a bait pick because Hard Rock 3 is only CS 3.9, so it doesn't really feel like a Hard Rock map despite being AR10 OD10. So we'll see if HAUNTE does end up wanting to go with that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see HAUNTE start somewhere completely different in this match.
Yeah, there's no need to go into those Hard Rocks right away. There are plenty of picks left to go in the match. You can, test out the DT pool, maybe test out some of the hiddens, and save the Hard Rock for a later stage pick when you need a little bit of momentum. And we'll see if that ends up being the case, as you mentioned, that being more of an aim control pick than what you would typically expect to be a Hard Rock pick. Would be very playable for fiaee, but fiaee, I think, much more of a hidden player, although as is HAUNTE. So they're going to opt into no Mod 3 Hexagram Epilogue instead, and we're going to start off with ult.
We're going to start off with ult?
Favorite skill set of both of these players.
This map is, however, also AR8. So yes, it is an alt map, but it is also AR8. 4.97 stars. A lot of overlapping patterns in this map. I think this has been picked now in potentially every concurrent match, all at once. So that's something. This is a very popular pick as well. It is, of course, one of the low AR maps in the pool, so not too surprising that it is going to be a relatively popular pick overall. This is one of those weird maps where the easy patterns are definitely easier with Nomad than with Hidden, but the hard patterns, the hardest patterns in this map, I think are harder with Nomad than with Hidden, despite being AR8, which is definitely not a normal thing for low AR maps. But the way that patterns in this map overlap exactly with each other is much more challenging on Nomad than with Hidden, because at least with Hidden you get to see the overlap before you have to play it, whereas with Nomad, you're somewhat react gaming if you haven't played the map already. So, see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see if these players have practiced. Well, I will say both these players are at least relatively comfortable with AR8. That would, of course, give the edge to Haunt, it being their first pick. But on these maps, Theo, we've seen many breakpoints, so you can never call it before we get into the map. And here we go, the AR8 alt map. Very heavy on the rating, as you mentioned, and we'll see if accuracy is a factor. I feel like it often can be on these kinds of maps. If you misread a pattern, even if you manage to, hold on and hit the pattern, it's very easy to drop many hundreds on that pattern. In a pool like this, I don't think you can necessarily rely on misses at every map. There definitely will be maps where it does just come down to accuracy, and for now, it's fiaee with a 1% lead. Certainly not massive, but we've seen those kind of accuracy differences be a factor previously, even just in the last match. And both players pulled out of the combos nice. This is a fairly long map. In terms of raw patterning difficulty, it's nothing crazy, so it is going to be a question of consistency, and we'll see once we get into some of those trickier overlapping patterns towards the second half of this map.
Yeah, we have already seen a couple of them where the streams just double back on themselves, another set of them coming here, and neither player dropping on them. So more of these really awkward finger control overlap patterns as well coming through. But again, it's just the ACK lead for fiaee doing wonders right now. Up 23k. It's not that big of a lead, but it is a lead nonetheless. So still out ahead for fiaee at the moment. Haunt not on bad accuracy, but not on good accuracy either. Just below 98% there.
It ultimately very well could come down to that one miss, but with these few players, it's a question of whether or not that miss will come at all. And if not, it will come down to the accuracy, which does favor fiaee. I don't believe the map gets that much harder towards the end. I think the patterns, they are tricky, but quite similar to what we've seen so far, and the players looking incredibly comfortable so far.
Now Hauntzak going up as well, now up to 98.4. fiaee is staying pretty much put at low 99, high 98. A couple of more hundreds there dropped for fiaee, and with the ACK lead closing in for Haunt, this is now a sub 10,000 score lead for fiaee. So this is danger territory right now for fiaee, as double FC still intact. Is either of them going to drop near the end? Probably not, so it might just come down to the ending and the accuracy. Both of them hitting the wiggle patterns there. Another few hundreds dropped for fiaee. Another one comes out. It is now 2,500 points for fiaee in the lead. Right into the end of the map. The accuracy almost completely evened up, and neither player dropping 100 at the end. That is 2,600 points on the break point for fiaee there. As close as it gets, really. So that is incredibly close between these two players, and unfortunately Haunt not able to clutch it out. Death by rhythm game. 3 more 100s overall for Haunt is the deciding factor there.
Yeah, potentially a sign of what's to come in this match. In a pool like this, we could see a few more of these throughout the match. It will, of course, be an early break point, and fiaee has a chance to pull ahead early on. We'll see what fiaee wants to opt into. Could continue the trend with another no mon, but that hidden pool looking potentially very enticing. And it's going to be the DT2 instead, Sweet Rain.
I think this is pretty expected for fiaee, actually. fiaee just the better tapping player. Haunt not well known for speed and tapping at all. And fiaee, not necessarily a speed player, but a much better stream player. And so I think going to try to abuse some of the speed stamina advantage in this matchup. That said, there's not much to abuse on a 6-star pool. This map, even after double time, is still only 6.1 stars. It is AR 10.1, OD 9.1. And yeah, it's 230 BPM. It is, some finger control speed, but that's not saying too much at the star rating. So we have seen a lot of very, very close matches on this map already, and I'm kind of anticipating that again here, despite the on-paper skill set advantage for fiaee, just because both of these players are seasoned tournament players. Haunt will have had to have been speed abused by a lot of other people at this point, so you tend to pick some stuff up along the way.
Yeah, and I mean, at this kind of star rating, you don't tend to get, raw stream speed at 230 BPM. You get what you see here, which is your finger control patterns, your 5, maybe the occasional 7-no burst, and I don't think that's going to give either of these players too much trouble. We'll see. There's still plenty of time for them to find misses, though. Could very well come down to accuracy, and right now, Dio, they are dead even, 99.74 on both of them. So at this point, every single 100, every accuracy drop could be massive.
Oh, and a couple of hundreds there for Haunt. 3 extra hundreds drops. fiaee ahead in the accuracy now by a whopping 3 100s on this map. 99.8 accuracy, only 1 100 dropped for fiaee so far. It's still the double full combo. There's still time for this to come back over. If there's act drops for fiaee, if there's a combo drop for fiaee, it could still go back Haunt's way, but it doesn't look very likely here approaching the end of the map. And that's going to be it. Looks like 2 100s for fiaee by the end of that map. Perfect combo for both of them as well.
Is this what getting speed abuse looks like in 2025?
This is speed abuse in the age of wooting. Yeah.
It certainly is. Apparently, 99% FC is just not enough.
Not good enough. Not good enough.
Potentially leaves the DT3 open as an interesting option. The question is, Dio, who will find the first miss in this match? We have yet to see a miss from either player. And 2 points for fiaee.
Yeah, 2 points for fiaee and 4 full combos so far.
That's tough for Haunt.
Yeah, that's a little rough. I FC both my picks and I lose.
I lost.
I lose both of them. All right, cool, nice, good game. And now into Hard Rock 3. Okay, I mean, I do like the pick, right? It's alt. Both of these players are good at alt. Obviously, fiaee also double banned Hard Rock, so on paper, yeah, it seems like the best pick. Obviously, when you double ban out a mod, you're usually leaving up the map that feels best to you as the remaining option, so it can be a little bit of a bait sometimes, right? Hey, I actually have really good scores on this Hard Rock 3. I FC this 9 times out of 10. I should just leave this up, and hopefully if I double ban Hard Rock, I can bait them into picking it. So maybe that's the case. Maybe fiaee is just not that good at Hard Rock, and will struggle on this map a little more. We'll have to see. Haunt definitely needs that latter outcome in this match.
Yeah, I mean, I think fiaee definitely more of a hidden DT player, but towards the horizon, it's not like you're, 7-star aim control Hard Rock map that's going to be unplayable, right? It's as you said earlier, this is CS 3.9. It is relatively tame aim control compared to what these players are used to, and so I don't think fiaee is going to have too much trouble. That said, there are quite a few patterns that are easy to get tripped up on if you're just a little bit lazy with your aim, or you're not practiced and misread just one pattern. I don't think they're that challenging to read, but there are places we could see potential breaks, even if they're not likely.
Yeah, this is a whopping 5.57 stars after Hard Rock. This map looks really hard because, you know, being CS3, the spacing does have to be pretty big to get above 5 stars even. And there's a couple of tricky patterns in this map. Some of them coming up here, the 1-6, and then this pattern, which I don't think you can cheese. Unfortunately, Haunt dropping a lot of hundreds there did overstream that wiggle burst right at the start of the first difficult pattern. So a lot of act drops for Haunt. fiaee still on 98.5 right now. That said, again, still a lot of time left in the map. We're not even halfway through, though. This is a short pick. It's only 2 minutes long. It is rhythm game size. And so not a ton of time left in the map. We're just about at that halfway mark now. Another 100 dropped for fiaee, though. So the act evening up slowly but surely, but fiaee is going to need to drop a little bit more accuracy than this to even things up completely. You can see even with those later rock drops for fiaee, still the score lead in fiaee's favor because of how much better the intro went for fiaee than for Haunt. Here's this cut stream, big act drop for fiaee, and the score lead actually does go over to Haunt. Now it's all dependent on this last difficult section, this last TI time.
Yeah, gonna flip back and forth. There are some trickier space sections. 4,000 points right now. The accuracy is nearly dead even, but fiaee does find a couple 100s, gives the edge back over to Haunt, but there are still plenty of accuracy drops to be found on any of these slow sliders.
Oh my god.
100 yo is all it takes. Both players, of course, holding on to their combos, but oh, that's 2 100s from Haunt. It's going to flip the score lead back over to fiaee, as has dropped a full percentage of accuracy, and I think this is going to be a third double FC and a third point for fiaee.
Oh, that is just tragic. Haunt dropped 250s, I think maybe with rapid trigger or something, then dropped another couple of hundreds afterwards, and you can see the 250s there. Actually, the entirety of the act difference for Haunt and fiaee on this map. It would have been tied accuracy for both of these players, but it has been 3 maps, 6 FCs, and better act every single time for fiaee. They are just double FCing every map, but fiaee has better act every time. That is tragic for Haunt.
It certainly is. I mean, imagine, you know, not missing a single time in a match and getting swept. That would be crazy. Hopefully that won't be the case. There's still time for Haunt, but it's looking like a possibility at this point.
Imagine FCing 3 maps in a row and being down 0-3. That is rough. And yeah, the 5-0 with 5 FCs is theoretically possible at this point, right? That is a possibility. We're over halfway there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'd say it's plausible, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, waiting on the next pick for fiaee now, and this is just so. I don't know where fiaee goes. I also don't know where Haunt goes after that. fiaee, I mean, you do have DT1, DT3 still left up in the pool, so definitely still possibilities there. We'll see where fiaee actually chooses to go. If you don't want to go for more speed, there is some more ult in the hidden 3. You've already won both Hexagram, Epilogue, and Towards the Horizon, so maybe Karma is a possible choice after that. This is starting to be... Yeah, the timer is running out here. fiaee is going to have to choose soon. There are not actual timeouts in this tournament, so you're going to have to choose quickly here.
Yeah, at risk of losing their pick. Not that it's made a difference so far, but I think based on what we've seen so far for fiaee, I feel like we probably just pick the almost easiest map left in terms of FCs and just try and win the accuracy battle. That's how it's gone so far. Don't pick a map where there's any chance that you're going to miss on. Just keep trying to do what's been working so far, and so far that has been just accuracy gaming.
I do not believe I put timeouts on the forum post.
I don't believe so either. I mean, I'll check quickly, but yeah, I don't believe there are any timeouts. Although I will say, when you play like 3 different tournaments, it's easy to get them mixed up.
Yeah. Not for sure. And there goes hidden 3. So it is going to be that last remaining alt map in the pool as the pick for fiaee here. can't say I'm super surprised by this. fiaee again has one hexagram epilogue and Towards the Horizon already, so not super surprising to see him pick alt. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This is one of the hardest maps in the pool, so we may end up not seeing a double FC on this. I might keep my words on that, but it is one of the hardest maps in the pool. So.
Yeah, and I have to confirm, Freeform Boast does not say anything about timeouts. But here we go. We'll see. Will we see a miss finally in this match? Remains to be seen as we get into Karma, this hidden 3 pick. Finally, a different skill set from what we've seen so far, at least a different mod category, as we do see early accuracy drops from both players, but it turns out, even when there's no misses, it makes for some very exciting matches because all of a sudden, every 100 is effectively a miss compared to what your normal match would look like.
I've seen so many tournaments recently where, you know, I'm casting matches and everyone's just dropping 300k, and I wanted to do something a little different for this tournament. I'm glad it's turning out with some players in this tournament are dropping 300k on some maps. Some players are, you know, winning 600k to 300k in some matches. But there's a lot more matches where you have one player FCing and one player dropping 700k, or 2 players FCing and you just have an act battle between the 2 of them. And it's made for a very different tournament and a lot of an older style tournament. This kind of map pooling, where it was relatively easy, was very common before 2021 or so. I think that's really when we started to see a lot more difficult map pools in open rank tournaments, especially.
Yep, and it's nice to just have something different, right? As you mentioned, a very different style. I'm sure there was a reason it was done away with, but it's nice to bring it back. And, you know, it's just a different viewing experience, it's a different experience to play as well. And something evidently based on all the registrations, a lot of players were quite excited for, and there have been a lot of really good matches so far that have produced, and we've seen multiple scores within 10k. And this map is looking to be more of the same, but this time around it's Haunt with the accuracy lead, at least for now, up by about 0.7 and only 10k, so still lots of time for accuracy drop. A bit of a slower section here that fiaee does find yet another 100 in, so it is going to be farther on the back foot going into this next tricky section after the break.
Yeah, Haunt does match the 100 there from fiaee, so no harm, no foul for either player with that particular 100 drop. But it is, again, still about the 10,000 score advantage for Haunt here. Not much in the way of leniency for either player. We finally have our first miss iFlame. fiaee is the one to drop it. And that is the first dropped combo for either player in this match. fiaee the first to fall, and Haunt absolutely poised to take advantage. Hits the double taps flawlessly. Those are, by the way, actual 2B double taps, not 1/16th, not 12, but actual 2B double taps. And Haunt just completely fine at the end here. We have our faux Corsair slider coming through as well. And this is looking very good for Haunt now, up 130k, 140k, and just continuing to climb with that score lead. No problems whatsoever here near the end of the map for Haunt, and I think this one's all said and done. Very nicely done from Haunt.
Looking very secure, has built up quite a bit of wiggle room even with Haunt. Were to find a miss, then it wouldn't matter, but Haunt has won the accuracy battle as well, right? So even if fiaee were to FC, still would have gone in favor of Haunt, assuming they don't find a miss towards the end of the map. But looking strong so far, and Haunt still yet to find a miss in this match, and is going to make it 3-1.
Oops, indeed, and I bet Haunt is thinking, finally this guy missed. Oh my god, I finally get to win a pick. And that slider break not going to matter at all for fiaee. It's 99.6 accuracy for Haunt, still on the FC. Very nicely done. Is going to be able to close this out with the full combo. Oh, okay. All right. My bad.
Not quite. It was a slider break, so, you know, still missless.
Still no misses. Still no misses for Haunt. That's we'll track that.
Technically speaking,
Technically speaking, yeah. I mean,
a bit more of a stretch at this point, but you know.
Well, we'll track that. Does Haunt drop a miss this match?
That will be the question in the next few maps. The next question to answer is the next pick. I believe that will be up to fiaee.
Up to Haunt, actually. That was a break point.
Okay.
That was a break point. So Haunt now, with next pick, again, did give over 2 break points. So still not out of the woods. Still needs to take another break point to be back to an even game state. But 1 is certainly better than 0 if you are Haunt here looking for break points.
Yeah, and we've seen, similar to our last match, 3 out of 4 maps have been break points. Something tells me that it's hard to find a good pick on a pool where your opponent can see every map. But Hidden One is going to be the pick for Haunt. Cannot afford to give up another breakpoint. Really hoping for another miss from fiaee, or like we saw last map, just winning the accuracy battle will do it as well.
This map's a little different from what we have seen so far, right? In the map pool earlier on, we have seen Hexagram Epilogue, we've seen Sweet Rain, we've seen Towards the Horizon, we've seen Karma, so a lot of alt, a little low AR, a little speed, but no tech so far, and this is really the first tech map that we'll see between these two. Karen Setsugitska, Skystar and Funzin collab that was used quite a lot in 5-digit and rank 5K tournaments back in 2019, 2020. It's sort of a cult classic around those rank ranges. A lot of somewhat tricky sliders, a little bit more difficult finger control in this map, and a little bit of tricky hidden reading in this as well. Obviously, these players, I think, are going to make this map look pretty easy, but trying it yourself, especially the high spacing aim control triples and the key eye times, can be somewhat difficult.
Yeah, and those patterns you mentioned are those patterns that are very, very easy to just drop 1 or 2 100s on here and there, and those are going to add up, as we've seen throughout the map. Both players have already dropped a couple. Haunt off to the early lead, and we have seen breaks from both players now, so they're not infallible. There's no guarantee that they both find full combos, although there's a possibility. There's a 50 from Haunt. That could be impactful, as had the accuracy lead, but has now fallen behind. fiaee trades a couple hundreds back, is going to give the accuracy lead right back over. So as we get into this next PI, we should hopefully start to see the accuracy balance out a little bit so that every 100 doesn't swing the accuracy quite so much. But for now, despite the 50, Haunt will hold on to the edge.
Oh,
but that's missed.
That's a slider break for Haunt.
Well, it's a slider break, but it's a break, I guess I should say.
Yeah, and that is pretty rough for Haunt. So finally, still no misses, but another break from Haunt. And fiaee now going to be able to take advantage pretty easily with a 3-1 point lead and a 100,000 score lead in addition to the full combo here. Yeah,
and fiaee could very well be on match point at the end of this one with the pick. Nonetheless, not that it's been very helpful so far in this match, but it's nice to have the option. There is still technically a chance if fiaee misses in the next 5 seconds, probably. But I think at this point, it is over. Miss had to come in that last section, and we will be on match point. The question is, can fiaee actually win their own pick, or will the breakpoint try and continue?
Yeah, it's going to be the breakpoint traded right back, and unfortunately for Haunt, that means still down 4-1 and next pick to fiaee. If he can win his own pick, then he can take Haunt down, in the group stage here and start off pretty well for himself. High seed in the group, not top seed, but high seed in the group. So getting those wins over the low and bottom seeds like Haunt, actually very important for the high seed to getting out of the group stage. And fiaee right now looking pretty good about that at the moment, up 4-1 and next pick, but has to still close it out. Can't just rest on your laurels if you are fiaee. You have 2 more picks, 2 more opportunities to close this out cleanly, but you have to actually convert on those.
You do. I mean, so far, only 1 pick has been converted to a win. Otherwise, it has been entirely breakpoint. And it looks like we're getting a DT something or other. A DT quotation mark 8. That's Dio checking in. Have we got a DT quotation marks 8 in the pool?
I don't think we do. Luckily, there is a DT3, so we'll get that up instead. But yeah, that's something. I don't know what fiaee's keyboard was doing there, but yeah, that's
tapping into the top secret secondary pool we have here.
Yeah.
You know, no, people keep guessing. You know, we had a DT12 last match, but now we've got a DT quotation marks 8, but nobody's unlocked the secret pool quite yet. Yeah. keep trying, guys. We'll get it eventually. But here we go into Identic Conflict. This one, 263 BPM, I believe, roughly 267 BPM. We have seen quite a few actually drops this map. Incredibly short, only 59 seconds. So this match could be over in the blink of an eye, but Haunt has another chance to hold on if we see another breakpoint in this match. Here we go. Identic Conflict, and nobody getting caught out by the buzz sliders, but Haunt with an early slider break, dropping a 50 and 100 as well. Not looking good for this match.
There is still time for misses to come through. There's a lot of slider aim coming up, actually. In this part, these reverse sliders, you do have to follow these, or you will break. And then there's a little bit of finger control coming up after the reverse slider section. So there is still time for these misses to come through, just dependent on how well Haunt can handle the ending and if fiaee breaks at all. We have seen breaks come out from these players already, but they both find a slider break on the same part. Still not a miss for either of them on this map, but it's not going to be enough for Haunt. If Haunt had held there, it might have just been enough to bring the score lead back to her side, but no cigar. That is going to be a win for fiaee and a match win for fiaee as well. 5-1 over Haunt.
Yep, unfortunately for Haunt, only getting 1 win is tough. If we do see a tiebreaker scenario, only having 1 point could hurt quite a bit. And in a group of 4 players where each player only plays 3 games, it is very, very common to see multiple players either be 2-1 or 1-2. And so in a group stage like this, every single point matters. Every single point could be the difference between you getting through the group stage and being eliminated.
Yeah, unluckily not enough there for Haunt to get a win. We do still have quite a few other matches coming up. So in the meantime, congratulations to fiaee and good luck to Haunt in the rest of the group stage.